Okay, I'm going to go through the line judge presentation really quickly because it's got a couple of videos, and this is a high technical one for Bobby, Nancy, and myself for doing national championships. So I'm going to rock it through and point out a few things here, and then hopefully you will be good at this. It's very important to know the rules of the game. And here's your responsibilities. You've got in, out, foot fault on serve, as I said. Here are the signals. Ball in. All right, and let's see how this works here. It's a little small, but I've got a little video here, and watch this. Boom, in. That's a lot better than me. All right. Then ball out. And let's show you the signal. There he goes. Nice low position, straight up in the air. All right. I'm going to show that again because straight up in the air, pointing straight up in the air. Hopefully you can see that. We'll get, I borrowed Bobby's flags, so I'll get a chance to do that. That's what the ball touch looks like. Let's take a look here from the FIVB site. Here we go. Notice the low position, watching and observing, and it touches off a player and goes out of bounds. All right. The ball crosses outside. Hang on. Ball crossing outside the aerial, or hits an object outside, the famous signal 4. Here's what it looks like. There we go. Point 1, 2, 3. Got that? Let's show you again. You point at the antenna or the line on foot fault. Point 1, 2, 3. There's the FIVB official line judge signal, and that's the way it's supposed to be done. The difference on a foot fault on serve is you would point to the line on the serve. All right. Impossible to judge. You'll never have to do that because you're going to be good. But if you can't see, you don't know, then this is a signal. You go like that. All right. And if you do that signal, maybe you need to fall on the ground. Nancy never falls on the ground, though, and you should see her when she does line judging at the college level. She stands her ground like a pro. All right. When 2 line judges are there, you're going to stand in the corners 1 meter or so away from the diagonal. And if there's 4 line judges, then you will get your positioning. So that's a little volleyball court there. And you can see that you've got 2 lines responsibility. So if I'm a line judge right here, say I'm that line judge right there, I'm responsible for this whole line here, and I'm responsible for this whole line all the way down to the end. Okay. And if there's 4 line judges, then you will be in a different position just to watch the 1 line. So let's just hang on. Let me go back here. Okay, there's your 4 line judge positions there where you are standing as the 4 line judge. Okay, in college volleyball, not so much important. You've got to prepare yourself before the match. The thing is if you've been volunteered to be a line judge, report to the score table, introduce yourself to the referee, be polite, ask them if there's anything particular that you would like them to do. You need to be in the best level of concentration possible. You need to be in good conditioning. Stretch. I always stretch before I go. I'm getting old now, but if I'm doing a college match on line judging, I need to make sure I'm ready so that I can get that. They always talk about professionalism. We are a team. Scorekeepers, line judges, referees, and believe me, line judges really, really help us out. And let's face it, maybe there's only 1 or 2 calls that I really need a line judge on, but then I need you. And if you are on the game, then that's very helpful. Okay, so before the match, maybe there's some instructions that the referee is going to give you. And it doesn't matter whether I'm like, let's say I'm a level 4 and I've line judged all over the place, and it doesn't matter who what level you are, how good you are. The referee will give you some instructions. They're in charge of the match, and just go there and listen and pick up something and at the referee's meeting. Okay, so the line judges need to study and understand the protocols ahead of time. That's what we're doing right now. And so during the match, and again, I'm going through these quickly. There's the playing actions, there's the interval between the rallies and the interruptions. So you've got a rest position, you've got the position of attention, and then you've got the flag signal execution. And that's an important thing to understand that. When you're resting, you rest. When you're ready for attention, you get into a low position and anticipate where the ball is going to go, and then you execute with the flag. Okay, so the position of rest, maybe you're standing upright, position of attention, athletic position. That's why when you are a line judge, you must wear running shoes, no open-toed sandals or flip-flops. No baseball hat. Obviously, if your baseball hat accidentally falls off in the middle of the play, that could be unsafe. You need to be ready to move in an appropriate position, bending at the knees. Okay, and then the flag execution, you're standing straight, Statue of Liberty straight up in the air, or flag to the center of the court, or the touch signal, or pointing to the antenna or end line and waving the flag as we showed you. All right, so the corner position prior to the referee's whistle, etc. Okay, the one thing that we will say is that if you are familiar with the teams and if you've been watching, you can learn things like the server has served 2 balls out the end line. Maybe we're going to pay a little more attention to the end line. Maybe this server is getting closer to the line on and making a foot fault. Maybe we're going to pay a little more attention to the foot fault. If you can gain some information by watching the game, that will help you be better prepared when it's time to execute the positioning. Okay, preparation is critical to the role of the line judge. You're going to review the responsibilities and the techniques, and you got the little videos that are there. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. And this is technical for us, Bobby and Nancy. This is for who's going to be responsible. As you see closer to the line, different people are going to be responsible for the different flags. And here's one that is important to understand. As a referee, sometimes we see things differently than you as line judges. What it's important to remember is we're part of a team and we appreciate you being out there. At the same time, you have to appreciate that the referee is in charge of the match. And from time to time, no disrespect to you and your eyesight or your effort, you might be overruled. And that's a hard one to stomach. I've been overruled. Bobby has been overruled, and we were line judging at national championships. And it doesn't matter. I knew, Bobby and I knew that each of our calls, we were going, ooh, you're overruling me, but I'm pretty sure that ball is the way I called it. And the referee makes their judgment and they overrule you. And like I said, it hurts. I didn't like it, but I'm part of a team and I want to make sure my referee is respected. And so I will take one for the team and go, sorry, my bad, you've overruled me. And so we need to make the signals, and we do not emphasize our signal again. You know, you call it in, the referee goes, no, I'm going to call it out. Then don't emphasize and embarrass the referee by signaling it in. Just be polite. The referee overruled you. They might call you up there, you know, and look, referees are human. Maybe you're right and the referee's wrong, but the referee ultimately is in charge. And if you are a line judge, then just remember that being overruled is not the end of the world, and stay in the game. Don't tune out. Don't get upset. Don't dwell on what you got overruled on. Just be ready, because down the road, the referee is going to need you on another call, and you're going to make that call. And it's going to be important. The line judge signal 4 again was one there, and that's the signal ball out, and then the signal 4. That's the difference between the signals. Okay, now when is the ball out? The ball is out. All parts of the ball are contacted with the floor, completely outside the boundary line. In other words, you see daylight between the line and the ball, and it hasn't touched a player, it's out. And if it touches an object outside the court, then the ball is out of play. If it touches something outside of the court, maybe the coach, then it's out. If it touches the antenna, the ropes, the post, and net outside, then that also is out. And if it crosses the vertical plane or over top of the antenna outside, then that's out, and it completes that. Those are the ball out. Okay. So it doesn't touch anybody in the playing area, and it goes out, it's out. Okay. All parts of the body, ball contact the floor outside the boundary line. Why are they repeating that? We just said that. Okay, expanding the knowledge. Okay, that's all the ball out. Here you go. You're now a line judge, and you can see the ball in black X's. Those are out. So it has to legally cross between the playing space to be in. All right. And again, they're repeating everything. Okay, we get it. Ball out. Whoever did this presentation, I need to make some edit on these slides, because they are repeating the information a few times here, too many. All right, so here's some directional attacks that are in or out. Notice if it touches the line, it's in. Touches the line is in. Completely out is out. All right. And then there's a Volleyball Canada rule book. I'll stop sharing it, but they wanted to expand on that. Now I am going to switch my video camera to there. And then I'm going to move over here. Can everybody see me? Thank you, Bobby Vu, for loading me these. I never have my own set of flags, because I always hope the hosts will hold them. All right, so here we go. We're all ready. I'm at my position of rest here, and I'm getting in position, and I'm looking. And hang on, let me just get this out of the way here. I'll try not to break your flag, Bobby. Okay, but I'm down low. I'm anticipating what's going to happen. And then the ball is in. Okay, ball is in. Center of the court. Look at the referee. Make a nod, and it's in. Put your flag away. All right, next one. We're down low, and yeah, okay, I'm going to hit the roof there, but you get the idea. It's straight up in the air, and the ball is out. Completely out, did not touch anybody. One thing that I've found in talking to people, if the ball is in, it's always in. I've had this concern sometime, but it touched a player. If it's in, it's always in. If it's out and it didn't touch anybody and it's completely out, it's out. Now for the touches, the ball is there, and it touches off a player's fingertips, the blocker's hands, or the one that I see in age class volleyball, player running to save the ball, and it brushes off their hand, and the referee might be screened, brushes off their hand and goes out of bounds. Those are touch. Obviously, if it's in, it's in. But it's touched and it's out. That's like this. So I'm ready, and then it's touch. And look at the referee. Give them your touch. Hold that touch until the referee has seen it and acknowledges it. Okay, that's the touch. The signal 4, as we said, you're down low. There it goes. It hits the antenna. Point to the antenna. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, like that. I did it the wrong way, but 1, 2, 3. As the FIVB video said, we've been told different things, Bobby, Nancy, and I, by different referees. If the referee tells you to do something different, then you do that. The only thing we don't want to see is the helicopter. The helicopter. I know you're excited because you finally got the antenna, but it's point to the antenna and it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, like that. There you go. All right. And I probably did that wrong, but that's fine. You take a look at the FIVB video and practice it. And as we said, you get knocked out of the way and you cannot determine whether it's in or out. There's a pile up in front of you and you don't know, and you're not in a good, get in a good position to see it. Move around so that you can get in a better position to see that ball. And then when it lands, you're going to be able to say it's in. You're going to be able to say it's out. You're going to be able to say it's touched. But if you cannot make a decision, this is the signal like that. All right. So those are the positioning that you get there. And then again, remember the foot fault on serve. Now, the ready position is this team to your right is serving. The first thing you do is I've got my left foot ahead. Some people say put your right foot ahead, but I've done the biomechanics on this, and you've got your left foot ahead. I'm ready. I'm watching for the foot fault on the serve. The sideline is to my left. So notice the way I'm looking here. This is the end line here. And now I've got to be aware of the sideline. I'm watching for the foot fault on the serve. And then when it happens, I then step with my right foot. So now I'm on the diagonal and I'm ready to look down that line. Notice that I'm moving around. See that? I'm watching this line here. And then I'm moving and I can see that line there. And then there it is out. There it is out. There it is in. And I'm moving. There it is touched. And then at the end of the game, thank you very much to the referees. Here's the flag. Okay. Bobby and Nancy, feel free to jump in on line judging. Anything that you want to add as a feedback?
There's a question about if there's no flags. So if you want to show the signals without the flag.
Fair enough. No flags. That's because I'm refereeing and I don't bring flags. And volleyball, BC didn't provide them. And Bobby's not in the gym, keener that he is. Ball is in, 2 hands, center of the court, in. Ball is out, 90 degrees, high enough so that the referee can see it. Okay, usually head height or above. And again, look at the referee, ball is out. Ball is touched. There's nothing official on this, about like touch like this. I've often said, keep it about head height like this, touch like that. Okay, but if you want to kind of do a touch like this, like there's a flag there, then you look and you go touch, point to the referee. And then finally, the easy one is signal 4 because it's very similar. You're going to point to the antenna and 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And maybe on that one, you wave it a couple of extra times because you don't have a flag. Okay, pointing at the antenna. Foot fault on serve, hand in the air, looking at the referee, pointing at the end line, and then I don't know. Those would be the signals without the flags. Looking at our time, we are right on the 2-hour mark. And that is end of session. Are there any other questions?